Dear H. Bros, what was it like meeting Vincent Tong? More charming than you anticipated? Larger pecs than you imagined? Are you a better person for having met him? He may or may not have put that question in.
Vincent, we love you.
But your muscles aren't as big.
Yeah, your muscles are much smaller in real life.
Yeah. And I was surprised how long it took to get your lines right.
Hello friends, I got something to discuss real fast first. And I don't want to screw this up. Hageman?
Hageman.
No, seriously?
Hageman.
How could I figure that out?
Hageman, I don't know.
I'll never get that.
Was it Ninjago? That's what we get all the time. Your show Ninjago. I'm like, it's Ninjago.
Hey, what's up, Hageman?
Hey, what's up?
Okay, now I got it. Hey,
Hagemans.
It's the Hagemans.
But we won't correct you.
Yeah.
Hageman brothers, Dan and Kevin. Like, this is unreal.
Brent Myler.
Yeah, welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you.
Like, they're super pumped. I know you guys are super pumped. Well, I got questions for you, so
we're super pumped to meet Brent for the first time.
I know.
That's not
it's been no, but it's been 7 years. I mean, I feel like it's we've been working together, but
it's weird when you work in a different city, and yet you don't connect.
No, today, I mean, literally sitting there watching all of you guys doing your voices, I was sitting there going, oh, like, if the fans could actually be here and see you guys doing what you do, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Really good.
I went for dinner with these guys last night, and I tell you, I would actually hang out with you guys in real life.
What?
No, I would. How did the idea of Ninjago start?
Well, it was all Lego. Lego did come to us.
We were working on the Lego movie. And when Phil Lord and Chris Miller got on board, they're writers themselves, so they took over duties on
the movie.
And they said, but we really like Lego said we really like you guys. We have this little 44-minute special that we want to do for these Lego ninjas, and we were like,
when we first heard the word Lego and ninja, we're like, yeah, like the little boys inside of us were like, yes. Please.
Yeah, man. Same. That's how I was when I found out it was Ninja and Lego. So we have a special guest that wants to say goodbye to you guys. Vincent Tong, ladies and gentlemen. Vincent Tong.
Vincent Tong.
Wait, say it on the camera. Say it on the camera.
Oh, where is it? Oh, hey. What's up? Rock shot.
So it started back with was it now Tommy? Did Tommy create the show?
Yes.
Tommy and Andreessen?
I think there's
Tommy
and Thomas Fanger. There's a couple names over at Lego that were the original brainchild of Ninjago, and they came to us with a story about 4 ninjas going for elemental power or elemental weapons, the golden weapons, with Wu and Garmadon. But a lot of these people didn't have names. They were just like, there's 4 ninjas, they have 4 powers.
It was very early in the process, and so we came on in and helped create a narrative. We helped create the character of Nia and try to make it a little bit more of an emotional story.
I think Zane was originally like the snowboarder. He's like, I'm Zane, the snowboarder.
Cha, dude. No, let me interrupt here because off camera they talked to me and told me something. And I said we need to put this on camera.
Yeah.
So you told me off camera that Zane became a robot only because of my voice and
your hair
and my hair.
Yes.
Can you explain that?
Well, yeah, like originally we were writing the pilot and we had not seen a design of Zane yet, and he was supposed to be a very spiritual character. And when we saw the Lego minifig, he had this crew cut, squared off sort of hairpiece, and he looked very
Brent's voice was very
calculating and analytical, and we were hearing it and we're like, wouldn't it be cool if what if he was a robot and he didn't know it?
And it was Tommy.
And I didn't know it. I honestly
didn't know it.
No, we came up with that, and Tommy's like, he's not a robot, he's a Ninjroid.
Yeah, not an android, a Ninjroid. We're like, oh my gosh, that's awesome. Tommy,
cool.
So it was kind of all came together. And
so that answers the question of when did you plan for him to be a Ninjroid? Because
it was when we were plotting out. It was after the pilot. It was after the pilot.
So season 2.
We were plotting out season 2.
And the Green Ninja and all that. Yeah.
I mean, I think originally we had wanted to make Ninjago a lot more feudal and a lot more rural, and they're the ones who were like, no, it's going to have monster trucks, and we were very tentative. We were like, monster trucks? Like, I don't know about that, but I think it's been a good. I mean, over the course of it, I think we've been able to create a world that. Is very inclusive and it allows anything to happen. And I think that if it didn't have monster trucks, we would never be able to have jets and motorcycles. And I think that I love the way Ninjago's grown, and every season
It forced us, I mean, sort of like Star Wars, you know, you do have the rural sort of cool settings, but you also have spaceships and you have technology, and so I think it was a really happy marriage between Lego and ideas and what the models have brought to Ninjago and what our ideas are, and, you know, coming together.
Will there be a chance that we'll see, and I don't know this pronunciation, Salil in the series of Ninjago?
Salil.
She's in the books.
Isn't that the son? Or
I don't know.
Oh, wait, she's in the Ninjago books?
Ninja book, and I guess they're asking the fans of the books, is there a chance that characters from the books can
we're not involved with the books, and I don't quite. I'm not sure what the rules are on canon. I don't think they're canon. I mean, sometimes it can. Yeah, I don't know. So she's not a character in which.
Chances are no.
Yeah, chances are no. Yeah.
What makes Ninjago great, in your opinion? Just like one sentence, why it's so awesome.
I love that the story is ongoing and it's serialized, where most animated TV out there is very short and poppy and just supposed to be funny.
Disposable.
And disposable. And I think we're trying to create a saga and characters that grow with our audience, and so you're going to get invested into these characters and really care.
In season 2, they brought back Zane's dad. And then the following season, it said that you passed away, right? What happened and why did they kill him off again?
Oh, okay, so...
They said it again. I don't know what he did.
In Zane's memory, you see the last of Dr. Julian, and then, I guess in the timeline, I guess he goes away at the end of the finale of the final battle. A flying ship, and he's like the cavalry guy who comes and he's like, if my memory serves me. We wanted him to pass away between seasons, because dealing with stuff like that on screen, it's hard to do right. I mean, you see it with how we did it with the Titanium Ninja. You know, you want to give a lot of time and attention to that. Dr. Julian was an important character, but he was a smaller character, so that was the reason why we did it between seasons.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of characters that we love, but every season there's new characters, you're meeting all them, and we just can't keep using them all at the same time in every season, otherwise the cast is just a million.
It's like trying to keep track of a Harry Potter novel.
Yeah,
the first one you can get through all the characters, but by the time you get to the 7th book, there's 1,000 characters in there.
And networks get a little squeamish in terms of death with children's shows. So.
Right. So does that mean
our hands are tied?
That means I'll never die.
Yeah.
If you could hang out with any character from the show, who would it be and why?
Sensei Wu. I would totally hang out with Sensei Wu. Oh my gosh,
I love Sensei Wu.
I would love him. Like every time I'm having a problem, for Sensei Wu to say something to me, I'd be like, "Oh, thanks, Sensei."
Yeah.
So we got Sensei here.
Oh, I would have to probably agree. I love Sensei Wu.
Or even Sensei Garmadon. I would love to live with both of Sensei Garmadon and Sensei Wu.
Sounds like you need some direction.
It's like my two dads. Yeah.
Like
I need some direction.
I've never thought about what kind of an animated character would I want to hang out with in real life. I've never thought of that.
They have.
Yeah, they have.
Why doesn't the Tornado of Creation get used by the Ninja anymore?
Okay, so, and here's probably the trickiest thing. With Ninjago, it was the pilot, it was supposed to be a 1-hour TV special. So that's all so we wrote that amazing, huge power at the end.
They reached
that
the
was
pinnacle.
The pinnacle power. And then all of a sudden we were told later on, oh, we're going to do 13 more episodes. It's not over yet. Oh, okay, so right to an end. It's only going to be 13. Then it's going to end. We write to the end. No, there's going to be more. You know, we're always told, like, and Lego thought it was going to end, and it kept going because of the fans. And so, as storytellers,
we didn't want to cheat you with some like horrible explanation of like, oh, we lost our whatever it is. I mean, we couldn't keep it going, or else people would be shooting.
The ninja
pinnacle power.
The
pinnacle power,
ninja would be too powerful way too early. And so, if we had known in hindsight that this was going to go on so long, we would never have given them such an awesome power at the end of the first hour. You know?
Right.
So,
and you see a little bit of that with like the Golden Ninja, Lloyd. When he's the Golden.
That was supposed to be the end of Ninjago when he's battling the Overlord.
It was the final battle.
It was the final. It was called the final battle.
Good versus evil. How do you end that? And when Lego goes up and we want more, we're like, we just had the final battle.
We can't go any bigger. You know.
And then we said rebooted, and then we said we go to the future.
Yeah,
and then we're like, okay, let's really, and that was really exciting because
we changed up the palette.
Yeah, and that got us excited because every season we can kind of shake it up a little bit.
Okay. What is your favorite season then? That's a question that's coming up. I might as well ask it right now.
That's tough. They're like your favorite children. It's like there's
that you like certain things. Yeah, you can't say I like this child over this child.
I know, but when you were writing, you were just giddy. You were just like super excited about
we were talking about we were talking about that yesterday. It's hard. I mean, like Chen's Island was like a wish fulfillment of to go into like old Bruce Lee movies.
Yeah.
You know,
that was a lot. That was a lot of fun. The idea of the mysterious island, you know, the tournament of elements and the hidden motivations of what's going on, the mysteries and the secrets of secret passages. Like that was just a lot of fun. I mean, that, you know.
But I didn't love how it ended as much as like there's other seasons that ended great. Like I thought Rebooted had a great ending, you know.
Yeah.
Or
Darn right, it had a good ending. The best ending ever.
Possession. One of my favorite villains is Morrow, because there is such a really, you know, heartfelt motivation behind him.
And also he felt
he was
very equal
he was
to
a
the ninja.
three-dimensional villain, you know.
He felt like he could have been one of the ninja.
Yeah,
all right.
I loved that.
We're here on villains. Favorite villain?
Yeah, more. Well,
tough, huh?
Chen was really fun to write because he was.
Yeah.
He was hard to write though too, but
I love Morrow.
Yeah, Morrow. Notakon was great.
He was really good. The voice actor whoever played
Scott McNeil.
Yeah.
Who also played Overlord.
His voice,
Who also played Klaus.
Gosh,
yeah.
I love Klaus. Klaus is, for those who don't know, he was like a B villain. He was like a sidekick villain, but he actually became his own villain in the
stage show.
He was
stage show.
No,
we liked him so much, and we were always talking about if we were to do a spin-off, we would love him to be like. I mean, he's a sorcerer.
Cool, yeah,
he's a sorcerer. Like, you know,
he was underutilized.
Is there any episode of Ninjago that you dislike and feel you could have done better?
Yes.
Oh,
all of them. I mean,
yeah, you always. I mean, every episode you watch, and you're always you know, there's never a perfect episode. You know, you're always with the writing. This, you know, the schedule to making Ninjago, it's very fast, and so a lot of times, you know, we wish
we're writing by the seat of our pants. We're trying to get as much right as he possibly can.
So what does that mean? Like if I say, guys, I want episode blah 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 blah, and how many?
Sometimes they'll be like, we need an episode. You know, if it's Monday.
And
we need an episode Friday.
And we deliver it.
We don't know what it is.
5 days. We have no idea. And in 5 days,
we'll be like, all right, the ninjas are trapped in Kryptarian prison.
Yeah, we write it, we rewrite it,
jailbreak.
and deliver it, and it's pretty much getting made.
And then it turns into a toy. You're talking about and then it's a toy.
Yeah. We always think about that too. We're always thinking like, what is something that we would want to play with?
Yeah.
Although there's one time in season 1, not the pilot, when we were trying to figure out. I think it was the episode Home. I think it was called Home. When they were trying to find the ninja base, or they get to the ninja base. Our original idea was they come to a windmill, and they're going to make a windmill their home.
Because we thought it'd be so cool. What if the ninja have this base that's mobile, and so it can move around, and so the bad guys can never get to them. Like it's kind of stealthy, like a ninja. So it's like it's this awesome windmill base, and the windmill turns up and becomes a helicopter and it moves. And
we were so excited, and Lego's like, I don't think children are going to want to play with the windmill.
Yeah, we can't sell that necessarily as a cool toy. What if it's a boat? And we're like,
or a skiff,
a flying boat. We're like, it's even better.
There's Destiny's Bounty.
So that's a perfect example where, I mean, that's a perfect example of a stupid idea of ours, but a perfect example of synergy and this collaboration where, you know, sometimes one side will have an idea and then it...
Okay, well, a question's coming up.
Yeah.
What comes first? The toys, where they say, okay, we're going to put X amount of toys in this next season, create stuff around these toys, or do you guys write the ideas and they build the toys to that?
It's different every time.
Yeah.
They'll always
they'll
have like an idea. Like they'll have, like for Chen's Island. I mean, there's Chen's Island. Remember the Anaconda? We didn't know they were going to do the Anaconda, and that became a big twist. We thought it was just going to be a whole tournament season, and we wanted to make it like an underground. We thought the toys were going to be like underground bad guys and things like that. And then they go, well, we also have these Anacondrais. And so we go, okay, well, now the Chen people are Anacondrai worshippers. And so we kind of blended it in. There's another season where after the Ghost season, after the Possession season, we had some ideas of what we wanted to do. But they came back to us and they go, okay, we have a lot of these ghost pieces and we want to reuse the ghost. We have another season.
It's kind of wispy if you have the little mini fig of a
they're
ghost.
Like green.
They're expensive to make and they have every right to say,
we want to use
we got all that stuff. How do
we want to use up the material.
Yeah.
So oh, wow.
Lego Elves isn't going to use it, or maybe they will use them. But anyway, so they had this idea of ghosts, but we were kind of like, but the preeminent, the whole ghost realm, like it was all just all the ghosts were destroyed. How do we have a ghost season?
Another ghost season, yeah.
And that's when we were like, we came up with the idea of the djinn, and we really liked the idea of a genie. And we're like, you could use that as a wispy piece. And they were like, you're right, we could use that piece. And then they knew they wanted to do sky pirates, and so we kind of turned into this idea of instead of just normal sky pirates, of that motley crew, and it's not just a djinn, but it's a one-legged snake, and it's
so there's a big collaboration. But this is before the season. Or during.
Yeah.
Early.
So in a nutshell, sometimes they come to us and they have the models laid out and like this is what we're going out with, and it's a wonderful inspiration for us, and we find ways to organically get them as well integrated into the story.
When you're creating the ideas, are you thinking when it's you guys that this is going to make a really cool toy, so they'll like this? Like, are you thinking that in the back of your minds?
Yeah. There's
well, I mean,
sometimes
they're the toy experts, so it's like, if anything, it's just like, oftentimes too, they'll have like, here's something that we think is cool, which is usually something cool, but they may have like 3 things that are cool, and we'll say, there's a great story opportunity here. This is something that feels fresh and new, or this one feels like we've done this before. Do we really want to do this again?
Right.
Mm-hmm. But again, like Destiny's Bounty, these were a few. Usually it's from Lego coming to us, but every once in a while, an idea will come from us that inspires them and go, yeah, let's build that as a model.